The ups and downs of any industry can be tough to handle, and solar is, of course, no stranger to that. But through all the challenges, some companies will thrive and some companies will not. What's the difference between the two? Well, the ones that thrive are the ones that are going to really embrace what we like to call operational excellence. That can sound like a really lofty kind of corporate jargon word, but it actually is a very important business practice and a culture that if you embrace, you can really set your business up for efficiency and long-term success. So let's break down a couple of the core principles of operational efficiency and how they can apply directly to a solar business. So, what is operational excellence? Well, to tell you the truth, I can't really give you a straight definition because operational excellence actually means something different to every company, every department, or even every individual. And it can be very specific to what you're specifically doing or what the business and the segment is doing as a whole. A lot of definitions you may find online, people will talk about how it's a managerial practice where you get the buy in from both management and from employees to be invested in the outcomes of their business. But in a lot of definitions, what I find is a couple of key pillars that embrace really operational excellence, and that's consistency, that's continuous improvement, and its efficiency and optimization. When it comes down to it, for a solar business, operational excellence means embracing a culture of continuously trying to improve and improve upon everything that you do and what you do best, and leaning into optimizing your customer experience and truly delivering value to your customers. So let's break down those three key pillars and how they can apply to different departments within a solar business. For my money, the most important pillar of operational excellence is consistency. Consistency is the key because it builds trust. At the end of the day, a company or a person is not going to work with you if they don't trust you. So you have to be consistently excellent in everything that you do. As far as your reputation is going to go, inconsistent success is going to be as bad as failure. You have to make sure you set yourself up well. When it comes to different departments, there are a few things that they can each do. For sales, this can be things like templated proposals so that all of the customers are getting the exact same information and they're getting what's really important to them, what they need to know. You can also use and diligently use your CRM tools. Having a culture of daily check-ins, daily updates to the CRM can make sure that nothing is missed, there's nothing that is going to be forgotten, and every customer is handled properly. Also, the speed at which you deliver quotes is a great place to be consistent. Setting a guideline for the entire sales team to say when we get a lead in, they get a quote within 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever that might be for your business. That's a place to be really consistent, and that really improves the customer experience. Operations is a huge place for consistency because, of course, the install has to be consistently good every time. Otherwise, people aren't going to want to work with you. So things like daily checklists in the morning, right? So you have all of the equipment, you have everything on the truck. You don't have to waste time going back and forth to stores, and even site cleanup lists. Right? So, at the end of the day, there's a checklist for, did you check all of the areas? Are there multiple people checking them? That way your installs are consistently good. Also, a great place for operations is customer communication. Of course, there's a ton of communication on the front end when the sale is happening, but during permitting, while there's a lot going on in the background, there's not a lot of communication. So having a consistent method of reaching out, providing updates can greatly improve the customer experience. For the service department, consistency is vitally important. Of course, expectations are the best place to be consistent, whether that's in the contract or during conversations, whether it's something the sales team says, anything like that. Having a consistent messaging around what happens when something goes wrong with your system, the timeline for you to get out there, if there's any cost expectations, that is vitally important to your homeowners so that they know what's going on. But also a great place to be consistent is post-service touchpoints. After service has been completed, what was fixed, what was the issue, what they should look for going forward. These are all great things that service departments can do. Second pillar of operational excellence is continuous improvement. Right? No organization is perfect and mistakes are going to get made. But the best organizations look at everything they do, whether it's a mistake or a really great success, and look for how it can be improved upon in the future. So for different departments, this can look in a few different ways. For sales, of course, customer communication is a huge place for continuous improvement. Right? Are you telling them the things that they need to know? Are you really impacting what is impactful for them and getting them the information that they really want? You can also look at education. This is a great place where too many sales organizations focus on just selling and pushing panels instead of actually educating their customers. Educating your own sales team can be a great place to help educate your customers. For the operations team, forecasting is a great place for continuous improvement. Of course, any of the distributors who may watch this video are going to love that I just said that, but forecasting out what your install volume is going to look like is going to help you with your stock, so you're never running into supply issues. And then, of course, scheduling is a great place. A lot of solar businesses run on razor thin, tight timelines. So making sure that you really develop a strong structure of how long different things take and build in the right time for it. Make sure that you are optimizing your schedule. For the service department, a great place to continuously improve is in the documentation that you take. So making sure that everything you're doing on site is pictured, is notated, is showed to the customer. There are even some apps that let you load pictures directly into our CRM. And of course, monitoring is a great place for continuous improvement. Rather than waiting for your homeowners to reach out to you when there's a problem, proactively monitoring your systems, making sure that you're on top of that can be a great place to improve their experience and can also continually improve your operation. Great pro tip here is that Solar Insure certified providers can utilize our Daybreak portal, which loads a bunch of their sites all into one place. It has integrations with SolarEdge, Enphase, Tesla, and Generac. So for those systems, you can actually pull in production data, see alerts, all right in one place instead of hop into multiple different apps. And the last pillar of operational excellence is optimization and efficiency. This is a really great exercise to be able to do, is sit down with the team and look at what are the tools and the resources we use? How can they be better? How can our team be better, right? It could be things like training, it could be the tools that you use, but really, how do you optimize the business to run the most efficiently and be the most valuable for you and your customers? In sales, two of the best optimization things you can look at are lead management. Of course, how you're operating your leads. Maybe do you need somebody to be combing through all of them, setting appointments? Or there are even AI softwares which will reach out to leads directly to set up appointments for you. It can save a lot of time for your sales team so they only talk to qualified leads. And also upgrading your proposals. We've all seen those cheap, crummy looking proposals that don't really look like anything. That's not going to do you any favors with the customer. Having a good quality model that really does take into account shading, looks at maybe the 3D, the angle of your house can be a fantastic approach for your homeowners. On the operations team, training is of course a big one. A lot of manufacturers offer training and best practices for their equipment. So use whatever resources you have to make sure your team is of the utmost training possible. And also a great place for operations team is utilizing the same CRM that the sales team does, or at least one that integrates with it. That way, all the data can be pulled directly over. Nothing is missed. Nothing is miscommunicated. And everybody's got the same information in diligent notes. For the service department, remote diagnostics is a great place for optimization. Saves the hassle of having to go out to site every time that there's an issue. Most of the manufacturers have error codes that they know directly release an RMA. So if you see one of those, you work for the manufacturer, get the RMA. So you're only going out to site just to replace the equipment. That's where you can talk to the customer, let them know what's going on, set those proper expectations. And of course, remote monitoring can be done through Daybreak, like we mentioned earlier, for Solar Insure certified providers. Another tool the service department can use is customer self-help tools. This has to be done right because, of course, people want that personal touch. But a great thing you can do is do some content marketing on your website. Put out some videos for the most common issues that arise in solar, whether that's maybe resetting your system, what the different light codes mean. Put them all on your website. That way, when your customers go out, and you can even send them a link to all their videos, to say, hey, here's some basic troubleshooting tips, things that you can do with equipment before, and there are easy setups before you have to call us or have somebody come out to your site and potentially trigger a cost event. All the strategies that we talked about today are just some of the many that can be used to really embrace operational excellence in your solar business. Through the ups and downs and the challenges that are probably coming in the market here soon, it's the companies that truly embrace excellence and a culture of continuously wanting to improve and make themselves more efficient who are going to be the ones that are leading into the future. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you in the next one.